Okay, I'm going to start off by offering a rare apology. You know, I rarely apologize for anything I say or do. But just a couple videos ago, I think it was Sunday's video, I said with my new shorter format, that I was going to try to get away from offering responses, rebuttals, response videos and or rebuttal videos to things that other people say on their videos, on their own YouTube channel, on their own live streams, or even stuff that people say in my comment section. Now, obviously, just yesterday, the video I did uploaded yesterday was pretty much a response to something somebody said in my comment section. So I already contradicted it with yesterday's video. And I ain't gonna lie, I debated between uploading this video. I really did. I really debated between uploading this video because I didn't, I've come to realize that a lot of this stuff is just going to continue to happen. But at the same time, if you go back to my video called ARC Copycats, it's a long video. It's like over 2 hours long. I had a video just, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. I did a video called ARC Copycats. And I made mention in that video, I said, there's a lot of things I can do when I feel like people are just blatantly stealing my shit. One of the things I can do in certain cases is have their video taken down. If it's really serious and malicious, I can actually proceed with a lawsuit. But I said the bare minimum thing I'm going to do, if nothing else, is I'm going to call people out. I said, if I catch people just blatantly ripping off my shit, I said, the bare minimum thing I'm going to do is I'm going to call people out. Now, interesting enough, if you also remember, I did a few videos, I don't know, about a month ago or so, because everybody knows that I've had kind of, at minimum, a major philosophical beef with the dating coach Alpha Male Strategies, aka AMS. So the minimum thing we have is an ongoing philosophical beef, simply based on the fact that I'm all about being upfront, specific, and straightforwardly honest with women about my sexual desires, interests, and intentions. And as you know, Alpha Male Strategies is all about the sleazeball philosophy. He even sells, I think, t-shirts and hoodies called the sleazeball gang. And for those young people who might be ignorant to that term, a sleazeball is a person who is the antithesis of a bold truth teller. So basically, if you're a combination of dishonest, insincere / disingenuous, misleading and manipulative, and to a large extent just verbally cowardly, you're a verbal coward, all that wrapped together essentially means you're a sleazeball. When you're a sleazeball, that means you'll do anything to accomplish your goal and objective. You kind of throw morals, values, and ethics to the side. You'll do anything to get. So if your objective is getting laid, you'll do anything to get laid. You'll lie to a woman to get laid. You'll pretend like you've fallen in love with her to get laid. You'll put, in extreme cases, you'll put date rape drugs in her food and drinks to get laid. That's what a sleazeball is. Sleazeball means you pretty much have no ethics. And Alpha Male Strategies, he promotes that. That's literally part of his marketing is sleazeball game. So that alone has us at odds with each other. That issue alone has us, because I'm all about getting laid with ethics. At least the ethic of honesty, if nothing else. The ethic of straightforward honesty. He's not. And then, aside from just, you could say, our philosophical beefs, the one other issue I've had with AMS is related to this video. Is that I've had a number of people, because there's two types of people. There's some people who follow both me and AMS, and then I have a smaller percentage of guys who used to follow AMS, but now they follow me. And when it comes to guys from that second category, guys who used to follow AMS that now follow me, one of the things I've heard from a lot of those guys, and I've mentioned this in probably 3, 4, 5 videos, they'll say to me, they'll say, Alan, I don't know if you know, man, but Alpha Male Strategies, if there's at least one of your 4 books that Alpha Male Strategies be just blatantly ripping off, is The Possibility of Sex. The Possibility of Sex. They said that's the #1 book, man, where he repeats. Like, I've had so many guys tell me, they said before they bought my book, The Possibility of Sex, they actually thought a lot of the content from that book came from AMS's mind. They literally thought he originated the shit, that the talking points came from his mind, until they bought either my ebook, my audio book, or both. And then that's when they said they realized that he had basically just ripped off my shit. Now, it's funny, I recently tried to give him a partial defense. Recently, too, because I said, like, somebody just yesterday, in my comment section, literally just yesterday, a guy came in my comment section, I think his name is Tyrone. He's one of the guys that follows both AMS and me. And he said, Alan, I can't remember his exact words, but he said something to the face. He said, Alan, I think you need to cut AMS some slack, because I know for a fact last year, he did endorse 2 of your books. He endorsed The Possibility of Sex, and he endorsed The Beta Male Revolution. Now, I do remember when he endorsed The Beta Male Revolution specifically. I remember that. Yeah, I remember he did a whole video last year. I think it was in either late January, early to mid-February of last year. He did a whole video on his channel. I don't know if he still got it up. He might have taken it down, but he did a whole video actually endorsing my book, The Beta Male Revolution. And I've heard from many people that he's also endorsed The Possibility of Sex. So, that said, I'll give him that sliver of defense that he has, in the past at least, endorsed those 2 books of mine. But, well, let me just go ahead. A follower of mine this morning sent me this clip. He basically said, Alan, you're going to get a kick out of the first 3 minutes of this video. You're going to get a kick out of it. And so I watched the video. Sure enough, here's the clip.
Want to go over an AMS video, ways you validate women, what not to do. I know you have a lot of perspectives about the dating game, the dating culture, what you've experienced,
Sure.
And maybe have something to share today, or at least validate some of the things that Alpha Male Strategies is saying or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's take a look and see.
Anything to say before we get started?
Nope, let's dive right in.
Let's just get in there, all right? Let's just get right in there without further ado.
All right, what's up, fellas? So my last couple of videos, I was dealing with talking about validation, giving women validation, and it seemed to have a lot of guys confused as into what was validating women and what was not. I had a lot of guys asking, is this validating women? Is that validating women? Well, guys, basically, validating women is pretty much anytime you're giving a woman your non-sexual attention. So basically, women already know you want to have sex with them. So that's nothing. But what a woman wants to get you to do when she knows you care about her is when you're giving her a lot of your non-sexual attention. So that's why we tell you guys don't talk on the phone and stuff like that, because when you're talking on the phone, you're giving a woman your non-sexual attention. You're validating her. That's how you end up in the fucking friend zone. Because see, once you validate a woman and you give a woman a lot of your non-sexual attention, well, she has no reason to give you her sexual attention because you're already giving her your non-sexual attention.
There was a lot just right then. Agree, disagree? Is what he's saying making sense?
I can see his point in that. Yeah, if you're doing a lot of things that, if your intention is you want sexual attention, but you're doing a lot of non-sexual attention, you're not going to get what it is that you want.
Come on, man. Come on, man. I mean, that's ridiculous, man. I'm just going to say it out there, man. That's ridiculous. Now, if you're watching this video and you haven't read the ebook version of The Possibility of Sex, you don't own the audiobook version of The Possibility of Sex, and on top of that, you never watched my video called No Free Attention, which has started out as a YouTube video, but since then it's been a Patreon exclusive video. But I have a video called No Free Attention. Dude, what you heard Alpha Male Strategy say in that brief clip, dude, that is a blatant ripoff of my shit. That is a blatant, pretty much plagiaristic ripoff of my shit. And again, I had just said in a video not too long ago, I said, I keep hearing that Alpha Male Strategies is repeating stuff directly from my book, The Possibility of Sex. But I said, I haven't heard it myself. I keep hearing it from guys telling me, because see, I don't really watch AMS videos. Like, I think the last time I watched a video of his was probably back in like August or September of last year. I think total, since he's been on YouTube, I've only watched maybe at most 4 or 5 of his videos. But I don't watch AMS videos. Unless the only time I would really go watch his videos is if one of my followers specifically tells me that my name is being mentioned or that he's, trashing me in some kind of way. And the last video I watched of his was he did mention my name. No, he didn't mention my name. He had a thumbnail of me. He had a picture of me in his thumbnail, along with 2 other dating coaches. And he said, you shouldn't be listening to dating coaches who don't show you any type of photographic or video receipts of the quality of women that they interact with. That was the last time I watched the video. He did a video. He said, if a dating coach doesn't show you doesn't show you either a photograph and or a video that shows you the quality and caliber of women that they interact with, you shouldn't be listening to them. Hey, everybody know the caliber of women I interact with. I'm just saying. I don't like to show a lot of pictures or videos of the women I interact with because I consider myself a discreet individual. And if you got my book, Who Said Again, I spent an entire chapter talking about being a combination of discreet and non-judgmental. Discreet and non-judgmental. So I don't like to show pictures or videos of women either that I'm currently interacting with in a romantic or strictly sexual manner, or women who I've interacted with in the past in a romantic or strictly sexual manner, because I like to keep things discreet. But anybody know the caliber of women. But anyway, this was one of the first times I actually heard him, as opposed to hearing it from one of my followers. I actually heard him dude, again, if you own my book, The Possibility of Sex, particularly the audiobook version, and you watch my video called No Free Attention, which is one of my most popular videos, No Free Attention, what Alpha Male Strategy said in that clip is a blatant ripoff of my shit. That is what I would call verbal play. The only word he used that I really didn't emphasize is the word validate. That's not a word I use a lot. It's validate, validation. I don't talk about validation a lot in my books or in my videos. So that's the one word I will say he said that I don't really say. But like when he basically made the point that you can't give women too much of your non-sexual attention and companionship because that will motivate them, lower their motivation to provide you with access to their sexual companionship. Dude, that's a blatant ripoff of my shit, man. And again, I know there's some themes and concepts in the manosphere that multiple people are going to talk about. I'm realistic enough to know that. But here's my thing. And I've said this before, man, I think in my Copycat video. It's one thing thing for you to repeat the general theme of what I've talked about. The general theme of what I've talked about. But when you express it in damn near the exact same manner that I do, see, that's what copyrights protect, man. Copyrights do not protect universal ideas and concepts and general terminology. It does not protect it. I've mentioned that before. But what copyright does protect is unique terminology, unique signature phrases, unique concepts, unique principles, unique philosophies, and your unique manner of expressing an idea or concept. Your unique manner of expressing an idea or concept. Dude, again, what he said in that clip was as close to verbal plagiarism as you could get. You know, one guy I'm going to give a shout out to is interesting because he and I have had multiple beefs, as most of my black subscribers and followers know. Podcast host named Mumia Obsidian Ali. Everybody knows, starting with June of 2017, he and I have had a lot of back and forth beefs. But here's one thing I'll give even Mumia Obsidian Ali credit, man. Because Mumia Obsidian Ali, he likes to borrow a lot of other people's talking points, other people's signature phrases. But no less than 98, 99% of the time, he gives people shout outs. He gives people what's called proper credit attribution. He don't try to act like he originated that talking point or that phrase or that terminology. He'll say, like recently, I heard parts of a live stream where he was kind of lightheartedly imitating my insert dog face here. Instead, he said insert pregnant pause here. And he kept saying, shout out to Alan Roger Currie. Shout out to Alan Roger Currie. See, something that simple, that was his way of giving me proper credit attribution. Like I do that with Ron Wheels when I use select versus non-select because I didn't originate those terms. I know that's Rom's terms, select versus non-select. So typically, anytime I use the term select versus non-select, I'll say shout out to Ron Wheels. Shout out to Ron Wheels because I know that's his terminology. That's not my terminology. Now, I don't know what he said in the rest of the video. Maybe he did mention my name. Maybe he did encourage his listeners and followers to buy my book, The Possibility of Sex, as well as The Beta Male Revolution. Maybe he did. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But assuming he didn't, that's a blatant ripoff of my shit, man. That's a blatant ripoff of my shit. And if this video doesn't accomplish anything else other than publicly calling him out on it, then I'm satisfied with that. I'm publicly calling him out on it, man. That's a straight ripoff of my book, The Possibility of Sex, and my video called No Free Attention. Anyway, I'm out.